Well, good evening and welcome to our March Perfect Sense for Life leadership meeting. We started having these on a monthly basis back in January, so this is still pretty new. And I want to thank those of you that are able to join us live. I know some are going to tune in later to watch this. But I want to start off with recognition for the month of February, because that to me is one of the most exciting things that I get to do, is to congratulate those who are stepping into leadership. And so I'm going to start by welcoming our new members, and my little PowerPoint will kick in here fairly soon. As soon as we say from the beginning, it should. There it is. So as you can see, man, we had a lot of new members in February. So thank you all so much for your efforts to share the amazing goodness that we have with Young Living, the whole Young Living lifestyle, not just our essential oils, but everything from Savvy Minerals to our seedlings line to our Thieves Household Cleaner. We just know how important it is to get these products into people's homes, help them kick chemicals to the curb, and help them make the changes in their lifestyles that will help them achieve their wellness goals. So welcome to all of these new members. Some of these are returning members as well, so we want to thank them for reactivating their accounts with us. And I want to say a big shout out to first-time enrollers. And you'll see actually that one of our speakers tonight is there as a first-time enroller, and she actually got started right around the same time. And we have already a new first enroller for the month of March. So congratulations, Sarah, Kathy, Lacey, Jackie, Joanne, and Stacy. And we also had a new ranker in February, Joanne Sheridan. Awesome. Joanne reached the rank of star in her very first month of sharing, which is so exciting. And I hope encourages all of you that it is totally possible. Next steps for Joanne and anyone who reaches the rank of star is to be working towards reaching the rank of executive. And that's part of the Elite Express program from Young Living, with gifts and rewards for achieving ranks within a certain amount of time of achieving the previous rank. So it's really an exciting program. If you want to learn more about that, let me know, or you can go on the Young Living website and learn more about it there. This month, I am so pleased to say our February Leadership Achievement Recognition Award goes to Sherry Valenti. Sherry is on with us tonight and will be joining us in a few moments to share some leadership thoughts. Sherry is an incredible leader and mom. She is just one of the smartest, kindest people that you can work with in Young Living, and I am so honored that she's part of our team. She has led a team of silvers and golds on to success in Young Living, and I'm sure she's going to have some great things to share with us in just a moment. Just some things that are coming up. Be sure to put on your date, on your calendar, April 7th, for the next Young Living Live Your Passion rally. If you are not hosting one, why not? It is super simple. All you need to do is click on the link in the events page on the Young Living website. Young Living has a complete host toolbox with beautiful graphics like this one. You'll receive a script and PowerPoints from Young Living, along with access to videos that hosts only have access to in advance, so you can get all set for your special event. And rallies are such an amazing time to come together as members of Young Living. You'll hear about new product releases, the latest and greatest news from Young Living. So it's a real wonderful opportunity to share with others. And it can be as simple as a friend or two in your home. I will be having an online rally in the morning. It will be at 11 a.m. Central Time on April 7th. I will also be hosting an in-person rally here in Spokane. I know none of the folks on with me right now are in Spokane, but rallies are an amazing way to come together. So I encourage you to think about hosting one for your friends, or working with one of your upline leaders to have one hosted for you locally. And let's see. I think that's it for my little PowerPoint. I'm going to click on Stop Share, and I'm going to turn this over to Sherry, and I know she has some thoughts. Sherry, congratulations.
Thank you.
You have been deserving of a Leadership Recognition Award many months, and as I said, I'm so grateful to have you on our team. So I'm going to turn this over and let you share some thoughts on leadership.
Awesome. Okay. I want to change there we go. I changed the gallery view, I guess, because you were all lining up in the middle, and okay, this is good. Okay. Some of the things I just wanted to go over tonight. I just took a few notes, so I try to stay on track with what I wanted to say. I really got re-energized at the end of January with my business at a local event. And the reason that I'm bringing this up is because the power of local events is enormous. It really is. And some people feel like, oh, if they can't make it to convention, they got to wait a whole nother year. Well, for convention, yes, but there's so many other things that are going on that you can take advantage of that might be exactly what you need. And it might just take you an hour or two driving in a car to get there. So I say, by all means, make sure you know what's going on around you, because it really made a huge difference for me. Sarah Harnish was at the one that I went to, as well as some other speakers that were phenomenal. It was a great lineup. And I just felt lucky to be a part of it, because you know how it is at a Young Living event, the camaraderie, the great energy, the product information, the business information. You're just surrounded by all of it. And for me, I actually may have gotten more out of that than I did from convention, because I think with convention, I tried to do everything and I was just too exhausted. Whereas this was a 2-day thing and I did do everything, but it was a 9 to 5 and that was it. I wasn't waking up at 6 to do yoga, and I wasn't going to a nighttime event too. So definitely take advantage of that stuff. One of the things that I got from Sarah, and I don't know that she really even talked about this specifically, but she does have a planner that she offers as one of her business tools. And I ended up getting one of those. And what's great about that is my business used to be in the same calendar as the rest of my life. And it was just too busy. Things were stacking up on top of each other. Whereas now, when I want to focus on my business, I've got one place to look, and that's it. And it's not mixed in with all my other stuff. And that works better for me. It took me a long time to get to that point. But even if it's a pad of paper, I don't think it has to be even a regular calendar. Just, I would encourage you to keep your stuff in one spot for your business. Because that's been a good change for me. This is along the same lines of really what I got out of this local event was, my thinking is I always want to stay open to learning from everyone. Upline, downline, crossline, my neighbor, no matter who you are, I want to learn something from you. And that just doesn't stop with me. I'm always like in that mode. It doesn't, I don't seem to turn that off and just, feel like I'm all set. I don't think I'm going to get to that all set point. But so anyhow, one thing that I did want to share with you is, in one of the book clubs that I'm in, there's a woman who wrote a book. Now, I admit I have not read her book because my library only has something that's kind of like Cliff Note version where it gives you the key points. But I got so much out of that document. It was like a 20-page document, something like that. And real quick, what it is it's called Mindset, or not the whole thing, but it's about mindset. And what she's explaining is the difference between a fixed mindset and a growth mindset. And I just felt like the timing was so great for this to cross my path right now. And really a fixed mindset is a person who believes that their personality traits and abilities, as well as those of other people, are concrete, innate, and do not change over time. Growth mindset believes that just about everything about a person can be changed or developed in some way, and they value personal and professional development. So I thought it was just super useful for our business, for me to differentiate between these two different ways of being, because I think I have both in me. I think I can be fixed in certain situations, and I think I have growth in other ways. So I've learned a lot from this little tiny book that I just read this week. And then just to show you real quick, a little piece of it. Let me see if I can learn how to share my screen again real quick here. Share screen. I'll show you a piece of it. I think you'll have to tell me if I'm doing this right. And can you see this? Yeah, okay. So I'm just going to point to the part where I'm talking about this guy, Scott, who wrote a blog. I got to move this again. Let me see if I can figure out how to draw. Oh, perfect. Okay, so he wrote a blog, and they say he's demonstrating this growth mindset in his own efforts. He said, I found that the fastest way to do things you don't think can be done is to hang around people already doing them. So do everything you can to surround yourself with people who make you better and inspire possibility. The ones who refuse to let you fail. That will change everything. And this is where they're talking about, this is key takeaway 7. This is where they're talking about how you apply this to business and business leaders. So I just encourage everybody to keep learning however you want to learn, audio, video, somebody that's been with Young Living 1 month, somebody's been with Young Living 17 years, whatever. They all have something to contribute. So this is the latest thing that I've come in contact with that I felt like was really worth my while. And I'm sure it'll be something else next week, but this is it for the moment. So that's really the only thing I wanted to cover was just those few things.
Awesome. Thank you, Sherry. So if I'm looking at that correctly at the top, it's called Mindset by Carol S. Dweck. Is that right?
Yes. Yeah,
Awesome.
I think, I don't know. I'm not 100% sure if that's the entire title, but yeah, Mindset. And that is the right author up there.
Awesome. Awesome. Mm-hmm. Would you mind posting that in the event so that people can find that information just as a comment?
Oh, sure.
Tonight's event.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thank
of course.
You. Thank you. And if you'd go ahead and click stop share at the top, come back to our full view. That was so helpful, Sherry. And boy, the power of events really sets us up so well for our conversation with Lacey Roberts. Lacey is brand new to Young Living, but as you saw, she's already helped her honey get started in Young Living. She's already started enrolling. But right out of the bat, she chose to go to a Young Living event. And I'm going to turn this over to Lacey, and she's going to share about that. I'm not even going to tell you what it was because it's so special. I want her to explain it to you. All right, Lacey, you are on.
Hello, I am Lacey Roberts. I'm here from Illinois. I became a member on January 25th. The week prior to that, I knew nothing about Young Living. And the day I became a member, I bought a ticket to beauty school. So that I also took a couple notes just to kind of go through what it was. I mean, it was massive. It was overwhelming, but I don't necessarily mean that in a bad way. It was just more than what I expected. So it was technically a 2-day event, but Thursday. So the Thursday we got there, I have to definitely thank my boyfriend for going with me. I don't think without his support, I would have gone and turned this into a mini vacation or even had the guts to get on the plane and go. So a big thank you to him. But we got there that Thursday and, I walked in, I thought it was going to be a couple hundred people, 3, 4. It was actually 1,200 women that were there. And from the moment you walked in, so you got there on Thursday, you kind of you went in, you gave them your name. They gave you this, I have all my stuff right here, you guys, because I didn't know if anybody would want to see anything. But you get this awesome tag with your name on it. You pick your lanyard, and then you go and you fill out some paperwork and you pick out your beauty box right there. Instant gratification. You're so excited. They hand you all of your goodies. You pick out the box that you have. They had pallets of boxes. There were so many women there, and it was just completely fluid. There were so many helpful people there. Unless you've been to a beauty school, and this is my first one, so I don't know what to compare it to. Some of the women I talked to there had actually been to one in Utah. They said this was huge. So this was even bigger compared to what they had been to. So I was going thinking we were just going to kind of learn about some products and stuff like that. But it was so much more than that. It was really I think more of a self-development type weekend. It was very empowering. It was so much more than just the products in the box. It was a reminder that beauty comes from within. The whole event was about elevating and celebrating successes of one another. It opens, so on Friday it opens, and Mary kicks off the whole thing. And of course, I've read about her on the website, but she comes on stage and just, again, this is my 2 cents, but her presence she was so graceful and so elegant and so passionate about this company. For somebody like me who really has only been with Young Living a month and has scoured the website and, has a wish list of all her products and things like that. It was very moving. It was very inspiring. She speaks and sets the tempo, but it keeps going. For the next 2 days, the tempo stayed at, it was very high. It was amazing. And she speaks, you feel like you can go take on the world. One thing I thought that was really cool that she started with was she had everybody that was a Royal Crown Diamond stand up. Everybody stood up, but she worked all the way down to, she said, if you're a distributor, stand up. So here I think I'm going to stand up and I'm going to be the only one. There was tons of us in the room. Everybody was recognized. Everybody was celebrated. It was actually very, very amazing. The classes, I shouldn't say, they had side classes. So you could sign up for classes. You could go get, again, I'm very new. I apologize if I don't remember all of the terminology, but they did like a scan of your face. So you could sign up for that. You could sign up for color matching for Savvy Minerals. So as they were presenting, there were people kind of coming in and out for all of their appointments. There's just so much going on. So, and what was really nice about it too, there was a breakaway session on Friday for where you got to go through all the amazing samples in your box. And you got 2 essential oils. I have it right here in front of me. You got they gave you 2 of these awesome beauty masks. We got 2 of these. You got Savvy Minerals misting spray, Wolfberry eye cream. Sheila May, how many times have I been asking about that, talking about that? I used it all weekend. I'm like, I'm sorry, I have nothing left to share with anybody. I'm sorry. But it was nice too, because I've been wanting to try these products myself. I got a chance to do so. You got the mint scrub, you got sandalwood cream. It was just full of just amazing little goodies to share and to build with. My favorite thing, if I can grab this real quick. Sorry, you guys. This was the coolest thing. So this book came in the beauty box. This is like an adult pop-up book. There are so many awesome tips and tricks in here on how to invite, how to instruct, product information. This is awesome. And it's beautiful. I love every time I get my ER order, I feel like it's my birthday. It's like a beautiful package to open. I thought I was excited about Amazon. This Young Living blows them away. But very cool. So going back to the classes, or I should say the presentations, they ran the gamut. They did health and wellness. They talked about nutrition, that it's important to, what you put into your mouth, that sleep is important. So regardless of where you are on your journey, I think depending upon who you are, you could take so much away from this weekend. It wasn't just how to apply Savvy Minerals. Maybe somebody, walked away saying, I need to clean up my diet. Maybe somebody walked away saying, you know what, I need to support my health. And there was more of an interest and more of an understanding of the supplements that they offer. Essential oils, of course, woven into all of that. But I walked away so pleasantly surprised to how to build your business, learning more about these products. But every day that I would come home, again, my boyfriend would pick me up from the hotel, and I was just so pumped, so amped to just be able to participate. I couldn't believe I was there. And I'm giddy and I'm excited, but I really do mean that. Seeing Carmody speak, you guys, I'm not a very starstruck person. It was amazing to see her speak. And she spoke, and if I can share this, if you don't mind, I actually wrote it down. It's hard there too, because you're taking notes and you're trying to take pictures of the screens that they have up, but yet you want to put your phone down and you want to be present, you want to pay attention as well. So like I said, it was a lot. It was very overwhelming. I did my best. But when Carmody spoke, she said, there's 5 key things I want to stress and hit home for you guys. And one of the first one was stop the mirror mantras, stop the negative talk, stop the negative speak to yourself. Because as women, we're our own worst critics, right? You can pick yourself apart. Somebody says you look beautiful and you're like, oh, but I'm tired and I'm this and I'm that. I know that from personal experience. So I thought that was really awesome that she said that. She said, no compare and scare. You don't compare yourself to other people. I thought that was really cool. I like that. The other one was let go. Get to a quiet place, pray, and let it go. This was dealing more with stress and forgiveness. So again, here's Carmody up there, who's a makeup expert, not just talking. I mean, she did a smoky eye, don't get me wrong. It was amazing. But this was really cool too. Self-beautification. Whether you're a stay-at-home mom, whether you're running yourself ragged, whether you're trying to build this business, you are important. It's okay to take time for yourself. It's important to take time for yourself, for a beauty care routine, for spending a little extra on a cream for yourself. Anything that you do that is self-beautification, makeup shouldn't fix it. It should enhance you. And she didn't say this, but I've always said this. I think self-confidence is the most beautiful thing about a woman. And I feel like this whole thing encompassed all of that. So it reinforced a lot of those things too. That was really great. Sorry, a little off track. Number 4, future focus. When you are putting on your own makeup or whether you are hosting a class, there is something beautiful about every single woman. Is it the shape of their eye? Is it the color of their eye? Is it their skin texture? Is it their hair color? There is something beautiful about you and everybody else. And little note about myself. I do have a background in, I guess, cosmetics, if you will, in my early 20s. So like 100 years ago. In my 20s, for 7 years, I actually worked in cosmetics. I worked at Nordstrom. I got to work with several different lines. I got that knowledge. I got that background. That's not really who I am or what I do anymore, but it will always be a part of who I am. I loved connecting with people. I loved having a awesome clientele. And I remember that. I remember when somebody comes in, they want to sit down and they want to tell you the things that are negative, the things they're unhappy with. And I think Young Living is an amazing company that it's all about wellness. But this coming from beauty school, there's a little sidebar here of what we can do with Savvy Minerals and what we can do, with the beauty care products and facial products. I think that hosting separate classes for that would be awesome too. I'm really looking forward to kind of brainstorming and putting together something for that. 5, sorry, I talk all over the place. So if you want to just reel me back in, feel free to do so. It was just so exciting. I want to share everything. 5 is, and I love this one, contagious compliments. How many times have you been at Starbucks, the grocery store, whatever, and you look and you see a woman and you're like, oh my God, I love her scarf, or God, I love her boots. And you look at them and you leave, right? Well, what if her suggestion was, what if you just tell that person, I love your nail polish color. Oh my gosh, I love your boots. I love your scarf. Where did you get that? And instead of keeping it up here, you keep saying it. It becomes contagious. And I think when you engage other women, and we're all familiar with each other here in Young Living, but what about that gal at Starbucks? I think you all, I know I've remembered when people have paid me random compliments. You remember that. It makes you feel good. It puts a smile on your face. And it is, it's a very powerful thing to do. And so those were the 5 things that Carmody talked about. Like I said, I have pages of notes. There were Royal Crown Diamonds that spoke. There was a woman who has a PhD that has a book out all about nutrition. And again, you know, beauty is from within. You guys, this was amazing. You have to go. I went, I have to go to another one. I mean, it's really awesome. Another really awesome thing that randomly happened was Luba, who is the, what's her exact title? Global Training Director, I think. Correct me if I'm wrong-ish. When I had first signed up, I obviously had a couple questions because I had 3 days in order to get my beauty ticket and get all my accommodations set up. I mean, there was a lot of parts to this equation. She emailed me back and very gracious. I mean, she was in direct contact with me like she was like a customer service person. And I'm not trying to be minimizing in saying that. I didn't know who I was talking to, but was in direct contact with me. And I emailed her back and I said, I just joined. She said, congratulations, welcome. I said, well, maybe I'll get to shake your hand at beauty school. Well, then I got there and there were 1,200 people there. And I was like, oh my gosh, that was so silly. Why would I get to meet her? Well, I was walking back in on the second day and she happened to be standing in the back of the room. So I thought, you know, what the heck? I think I will go up and I will introduce myself. So I went up, I introduced myself, and I told her the same story. I said, you know, when I first signed up, you helped me. I never thought I would have the opportunity to meet you. She shook my hand. I took a picture with her. And I will tell you this, she was so gracious. This woman, she was in charge of setting up this whole event. So you just, I don't know if you could see, there's Carmody and there are the pictures of how many people are there. That's my boyfriend, Jim. I mean, the scale of this event was amazing. And yet she took the time to shake my hand. She was not distracted about what was going on around her. And she was probably doing a million things. And she shook my hand. She took a picture with me. She said, I wish you the most success. Congratulations. And she's Russian. So anything she says just kind of sounds sexy. That's just how it is. And I think that shows a lot about the company too, that, you know, there were so many people there and yet she took the time to talk to me. And I joined a month ago. So from the top to the bottom and the bottom to the top, there were all of us in that room. And it was actually, again, I'll keep saying it was an amazing experience because it was. So one of the other things, sorry, you guys, I was just kind of looking through my notes. I didn't want to forget anything. There was just a lot of, let's see. Yeah, and they did the makeup application. We got to sit and actually put the cosmetics and the skincare on our face. Another thing that I thought was really awesome, so Mary spoke in the morning and then she spoke again in the afternoon. And in the afternoon, she was talking more about Gary. And there's something very, very endearing that you can't fake and you can't make up about how they started this company and how Gary was out cutting down trees and living in a tent in the wilderness in the middle of the winter to get this company up and running. And one thing that I thought was really cool is they're very faithful. And I think if you've been with this company long enough, you know that they're very faithful. And she's very unapologetic about that. She wasn't there to, she said, it's not about religion. I'm not here to preach. But she has actually had people approach her and said, could you talk less about that sort of thing? Or could you tell Gary to please talk less about that sort of thing? And she said, I can't change who we are. And I really, that resonated with me because I think in today's day and age, a lot of people, we don't agree to disagree anymore. You have to kind of, you know, you want people in your corner. I just respected that she stood for what she believed in. And she just said, this is what we're about. And I just thought that was a really cool takeaway. I really appreciated that. And huge applause. I mean, everybody loved that. So the crowd went wild. And there is another woman that spoke, and I apologize if I don't remember her name. I have the itinerary here. But she says that God called her to help people, and she was able to do that through Young Living. So her faith and her religion was very important to her, and it was respected that she talked about that. There was a lot of respect in the room, and the energy was amazing, and I learned tons. I learned a lot. And another thing that happened, this is just one last little story. This is kind of like a God thing. That's just my faith. That's my belief. I certainly don't push that upon anybody else. But before I went to beauty school, I kind of said a little prayer because I was very overwhelmed. I wanted to learn all of this. I wanted to know exactly what to do. That's my type A personality. I wanted to have an amazing business and, only be a member for 20 days. That's just who I am. We'll call it ambition. But I said, I just kind of prayed for calm, for peace. I'm a single mom. I have a busy career, but I want this too. So I wanted a little bit of peace and a little bit of balance. And so to me, I said, when the time is right, please bring me to the right people. Please bring me to the people that I need to help, and vice versa. Please bring the right people to me. And I give it to you and I'll figure it out. Well, as I was at the school, and I was posting all these wonderful pictures on Facebook, one of the gentlemen that I work with, his wife contacted me. I know their family really well. And she actually runs a gym. They also own a gym. And she texted me and she said, I need to know where you are and I need to know what you're doing, because she saw all of my pictures on Facebook. So I texted her back and I gave her a little blurb. I'm a distributor for this company, kind of told her what was going on. And she said, I'm familiar with that company. I used to be a rep. And so I texted her back. I said, for Young Living, ? And she said, yes. But the person that signed me up, I didn't really get momentum, and I didn't really get the company. She said, what's your member number? I'm going to put myself under you. And I said, okay. So I sent her my information. And then she had texted me, we're going to meet this Sunday. Through the gym, they're doing like a Biggest Loser kind of event, if you will, or competition. Thank you. Competition. And she said, I want to incorporate wellness into this. So they're doing the nutrition side, they're doing the training side of it, but they want it to be bigger than that. She wants it to be bigger than that. She goes, and it's funny because I was just thinking about Young Living, and then she saw my Facebook posts. So they just kind of came together, and she said, I would love to do a beauty class. I mean, that's why the women are there, right? They want to feel better about themselves. They want to get in shape. They want to make changes. So she said, we need to get together and we need to set up something where we can do like a beauty class for them too. And then as they are, finishing this competition or wherever they place, I think there's about 20, 30 women involved. She said that, we can, let's do their makeup. Let's do their skincare. Let's do that. So I came home and she had already placed a small order to reactivate her account, and she was under me. So I got a person, I didn't even have to do anything. It just kind of happened. But she is a wonderful, beautiful soul. She loves to share. She loves to help people. I think that's why, they have their gym, and that's why she's training people. So just, again, I think that, everything happens for a reason. So I don't know. I was kind of all over the place there, but it's just a little touch on what we did. Like I said, it is a huge event. One thing I did leave out, they did have a masquerade ball on Friday night. I did not attend that. Being there with my boyfriend, we were trying to do two different things. We were trying to meet with family. But one of the girls that I met and sat with, I have a new friend on Facebook now. Her name is Ashley. She's from Oklahoma. She is a doll. She went, and so I think everybody just kind of dressed up in normal dresses, but had the masks, like the masquerade masks. So they had different items that you could purchase and things like that, and that was just kind of a fun event. So I did miss that. I would like to attend that next time, but I was there, for the 2 days and all the speakers, and it was just awesome. I mean, I could go on and on and on and on, but nobody wants to be here till 10 o'clock tonight just hearing me talk. But I mean, it really was all about wellness. It starts with you. And you know, that it helped motivate me too, because I mean, who doesn't want to, you know, feel better about themselves? Now that I came home from vacation, I mean, all I wanted was a salad today. I didn't want to eat out anywhere. So it starts with that too, using these products. It makes me want to be the best version of myself so I can help share with other people. I think when you truly believe that, it radiates, and then sharing with people and talking with people, it's already there. You're helping, and you're just sharing what you have already found success in and what you believe in yourself. So I think when you really buy into that, then it's really not that hard, right? And the right people will come along when they meant to. So that's my 2 cents. If anybody had any other questions whatsoever about, you know, products, or like I said, I have you know, like an awesome PowerPoint here. I took some notes, the agenda of who was there and, you know, who didn't, the book. Oh, and ladies, certificate, because nothing in life is official until you actually have a certificate, right? Well, now it's official. But if anybody had any questions or concerns or anything I could help with that I was rambling about or didn't cover or anything like that, can contact me on Facebook, anything like that. I'd be happy to help in any way.
Lacey, that was just awesome. Thank you so much. I don't think it's the lighting there. I think you are actually glowing from this experience, and I feel like we got to share a little bit of it with you. So thank you so much for bringing that to us. And I think one of the things that I particularly love about what you shared is the idea of a contagious compliment, because you know, it can be so easy to tear ourselves down, and as women, sometimes we tear each other down too. So to go out there into the world and lift each other up and support and empower each other, what a powerful and beautiful thought. So thank you. Thank you.
Thank you for having me.
Oh, our pleasure. Our pleasure. I just have a couple more things and we will wrap up. You may have noticed that our upline leader, Susan Martz, is having a Monday night Zoom call that is open to everyone on our team. It is a leadership call, and she will be working her way through essential sharing over the next several weeks. I know many of you were in our Essential Sharing in Action, or are in our Essential Sharing in Action Facebook group. That's coming to an end. Monday night will be our last Zoom call. So I will be sort of leading a study group in our leadership support group right here. I'll be posting every day with some takeaways and suggesting some chapters to look at over the next couple of weeks, because I know a lot of people got into the group and really haven't had a chance to dig into the book. So we'll do that in conjunction with Susan Martz's Rank Up Call. You are welcome to join anytime you'd like to on that. And this month, actually February, I started posting some resources for our leaders. One was about our upline, and I will be continuing to post more resources for you that you can download and share with your new leaders, new members. I would love your suggestions and your input on what kind of resources you would like to have out there. And also what kind of support you would like in this leadership Facebook group. How can this group best serve you on your journey with your Young Living business? So I'll put that out there to you. Just a reminder that the Premium Starter Kit has been updated and now includes Raven and Citrus Fresh. Those are replacing RC and Purification so that we can have RC and Purification stay in stock all the time. Both beautiful, beautiful oils. Go to the Young Living website and read a little bit more about them if you're not familiar with them. And they are also replacing the small essential oil foil packets with a rather large sample of Thieves Household Cleaner. So how awesome is that to be able to share the Thieves Household Cleaner right with their first purchase. And now the Desert Mist Diffuser, this gorgeous guy back here, is also an option when people get started with their Premium Starter Kit. So as always, Young Living is doing an amazing job of bringing us new products, bringing us new options and ways of sharing. And I just want to thank you all so much for being on the call tonight. You put a smile on my face and lifted my heart and gave me energy to keep going. So I hope you feel the same way. And I look forward to seeing you on Facebook. And, you know, if there's anything I can ever do to help you on your journey, please feel free to reach out to me. That's what I'm here for. So I hope you all have a wonderful evening. Thank you again for joining us, and go out there and share the oily goodness.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thanks.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye, everyone.
Good night.